Hey everybody, happy Wednesday to everybody. Hope everybody's doing very well. We're about to get into this live, once we get everybody in here. So hopefully you guys are doing very well. Sorry, it's just a late start for you, boy. Hey Geo, I see you. We want to get you on here right now. Hold on one sec, you guys. All right, let's get you guys going. Guys, we're just trying to get connection going on. I'm doing good, Chris.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are
I'm
you?
doing very well.
Okay, I'm back for a little bit.
No problem.
Okay, there we go. That's better.
Okay, you good?
I'm good. Can you see
Uh,
me?
of course.
How are
Here.
you today?
All right, everybody on the bottom right here is my special guest right here named Geo Glam right here. Why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
Hi, everyone. My name is Geo Glam. Some of you may know me best from The Circle NYC Season 5.
Hey,
And I'm
Kamar.
happy to be here with you.
Okay. All righty. So, okay, for everybody. Okay, first of all, since you guys know this Geo Glam, like you say, he's from the Circle NYC. How are you doing overall, mental health wise and everything? How are you currently?
Well, today I almost lost it, but but yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Mental health is in check. I actually, crazy thing, I have an appointment to see a doctor just to kind of like make sure that I'm in good standings. But aside from that, I mean, I'll get a little homesick every once in a while, but I think that that's to be expected. I live in New York, and my family lives in Michigan. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only person here by myself. I have like my little circle of friends or like my home group here in New York, but it's nothing that cuts close to like being with my mom and my dad and my brothers. So that kicks in every once in a while, but it's nothing crazy.
Okay. Now, since you say you're from Michigan, how has Michigan shaped you as a person?
Ooh. Uh So I speak on this on the show, but it's Michigan didn't really kick my butt until I got older. So growing up, I grew up in the suburbs,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom and dad always taught us that we were black. That was it. But we lived in the suburbs. I went to a predominantly white grade school as well as high school. I was the only black man that graduated in my high school class. So I learned really, really quickly how to assimilate into their construct. I remember being in the musical and getting the lead, and the person who drove me to school would, when I beat him for the lead part, he made me walk, and he was just like, you're not better than me. So I learned quickly how to assimilate, how to adapt, how to maneuver. But when I got older, I got in some legal trouble. And so it really forced me to, I couldn't rely on my mommy daddy thing. I
Mm-hmm.
was real quick to call mommy daddy. And so, like, at that point, when I got in trouble legally, I didn't have mommy daddy. I had to call a lawyer. And because I was so naive to the system completely, because I never got in trouble, it was crazy trying to understand how the system works, who to
Mm-hmm.
call, who to reach out to, how judges act, because judges act differently case by case basis, and a lot of times they already have a preconceived notion of how they're going to treat you based on the color of your skin.
Mm-hmm.
So Michigan definitely shaped me to have a tougher skin, even though my exterior may appear soft.
Got it. Because I know what you doing, like the Circle NYC. I know you doing a lot of other stuff. What made you want to even go into the entertainment industry, if you don't mind me asking that question?
I always wanted to. Even growing up, like I always was a showman, and I wanted to go into musical theater performance. That's actually what I was going to school for. Vocal music performance was my big focus when I was in school, and I had a friend who lived in New York and was like, "Oh, I'm a hairstylist," and I was like, "Oh shit, I could do that. I do hair all the time." And went to beauty school and kind of got submerged into that industry. And eventually it brought me over here where I get to do kind of a combination of both. I get to do hair and do the media thing and do the performance thing. So it all kind of works itself out. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Nice. I would have pictured something totally different from you. You know, when we see, you know how we see you at Circle NYC, because you know how the show puts you in a certain, they put a certain stereotype on you.
Oh, you think so?
Not that first put you on there. We don't see that side of you. So, what makes what makes Geo Glam stand out differently from the Circle NYC to how he is personally?
Ooh, I think that's a great question. I think the Circle NYC, we have higher ups, right? We have producers, we have um, you have editing. And I say this all the time, editing is like a big thing. If I'm gonna be truthfully honest, there were moments where I wanted to be more vulnerable, or I wanted to let the audience into my realm of life living here in New York, and assimilating to what it is here in NYC. And it was not always deemed the best for the show. For the people who don't know, I was not originally supposed to be a lead castmate. I was originally supposed to be kind of a Marlowe character. And it just so happens that on the series, when I had my back and forth with Shiori, it woke things up because we were all getting along so well. And we knew, we internally, I think a lot of us knew, like, this is boring because it was just too bubblegum. Everybody liked each other. Everybody got along. We were just anxious to work on the next thing. I think that curveballs were thrown at us to see how we would react if they planted certain ideas in our heads. And I don't think it worked. But once I had that moment with Shiori, and I hate to say it, but that was a genuine moment. I think a lot of people thought that it was maybe staged, but no, like it wasn't. Where I'm from, you really don't conduct yourself like that. So I definitely think I did my best to present my authentic self. I don't think that people understand that reality and reality TV are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
However, the type of person that I am, I'm always myself. So when I got on the show and I was extra, and then they saw me outside of the show and I'm extra, they're like, wait a second, is he putting on a front? But the people who were literally like living the experience with me were like, nah, this is really him. So I don't think there's too much different other than like there's a camera and then there's times when there's not cameras.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah, a question that was on that stage. How long have you been singing, or have you been singing?
oh well, I'm a PK, so singing is always been in the blood, honey.
Hey, Aaron, we see you too.
So yeah, we've been singing ever since I was a kid in church.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so that's like 30 plus years.
Okay. I understand. Because now we're close in age, so I'm not going to even go there with that one, right?
Right.
Now, besides the Circle NYC, what else you have going on besides that? And first of all, before we go into that question, why don't we go to the Circle NYC? Because I know a lot of people saying, what is the Circle NYC? Why don't you let everybody know what that's about before we get into the
So
next question?
first things first, the Circle NYC is not to be confused with the Circle on Netflix. That's the number one question that I always get, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
There are two different franchises. Chances are you'll be able to see the Circle NYC on YouTube. I know that production is working on advancing themselves and accelerating and propelling themselves with that. But the Circle NYC is basically a collective of young people here in the city who all are finding their way, whether it be within music, fashion. They're just literally navigating the city, and a lot of us are doing it alone. A lot of us are in queer spaces, in queer places, whether you be a gay man, a gay female, or even if you're transgender. And so we're kind of put together in this experiment of we're all working this angle together. Let's see how you guys work as a team. So like sometimes there'll be team elements that force us to have to work together with our community. I think that's one thing that we all have in common is the fact that we really want to embrace our community outside of just ourselves being these entities. And so we work a lot of times with a lot of LGBTQ plus organizations on making sure that we get their word out, and we also do our due diligence to our community. So it's a great platform if you want to definitely prepare yourself, but we also love to accelerate our community spaces.
Okay. Interesting. It's like my friend Kamara asked and say, "So can we hear you sing it? You want to do something?"
You want to hear me sing? How much is you paying me? I love that in NYC real quick, baby. Because in Michigan, you'll be like, they'll be like, say something funny. You're like, this little lot of mine. And then like, you get to New York, you like, see something. And they're like, how much are you paying me? My Cash App is. So I adapted that here in NYC.
Mario, I guess you got your answer right there. Okay, now besides that, we're gonna go more into. And I was saying what else you got going on, but we're gonna go into that in a bit. But since we talked about Circle NYC, when you first got on the show, what was your reaction when you first got on the show? Then when it came out, what feedback and what reaction did you get from seeing how you were presented as yourself, and how did people react to you, and like the castmates reacted to you? How did you feel? I mean, how you feel about the castmates?
That's an interesting question. You don't know at all who is in the lineup. You just know. Only thing I knew was that there was going to be vets, is how they put it. They didn't tell us who. It's very experimental. They just drop you in the pit. Mm-hmm. I cried. I think I cried when they released the names. I cried. I understand that you can react to whatever actions that transpire, and that's totally like what you have power over, right? But when you're on camera and you're your authentic self, the camera is not going to put out what you don't put out. You know what I'm saying? So if you put on a performance, it's going to capture that performance. Now, whether or not editing does some extra voodoo on your shit, that's a different ball game. But I was feeling pretty good about the performance that I gave. I was aware of what I was doing when I was doing it, even though a lot of times I'm like lit. Like there's a moment in the show where I say, the vets ain't shit, the vets ain't shit. What people didn't catch was that before they all went outside. And when they went outside, I was sitting inside in our VIP section. I was lit. Like, I was like, I need to calm down. I had a bottle of water, but I knew I was lit boots. So when they come, and they literally come in to get me, and they're like, we need you outside on set right now. And I'm like, I stood up, I was like, I'm fucked up. Like, it's about to be a shit show. And they're like, that's what they want you to give them. Okay. And that's how, and I was like, well, I need a code word so I can walk away. And so the code word was Rugrats. So you hear people saying like, Rugrats, 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 because that was the code word to kill me out. And so, so yeah, like there are moments that make you cringe maybe, but I don't think I was really. I don't think I was. I didn't read the comments. Don't get me wrong. I did not read the comments like the first 4 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But Derek Dahl would, and he knew that I wasn't reading them, and he would screenshot them and send them to me. And like I'd be like, oh, like this is nice or that's sweet, but I was so terrified based upon like what I thought the audience would perceive that I was like, I'm good. And I also had this projected mindset that I thought that for whatever reason I was going to be looked at like the villain
Mm-hmm.
based upon my performance, but I had to kind of just swallow that too. I was like, the villains always come back for the sequel, you know, like that's what it is. So I didn't think anything bad about myself. Nah.
Okay. It's somebody say I somebody
They
said
might
they
like my
love
shirt. Thank you. I got my cha-chas out.
about to say that to you. I was gonna say we got the cha-chas out, huh? But
It's about to
since
be
we
summertime.
since we know Circle NYC is very successful,
Mhm.
and I know has brought on a lot more success for you individually. With the success of the Circle NYC when you first got on there, and I know you have another project going on, and I know I know we said it privately before we did this interview. You can
Yeah.
tell everybody what else you have going on besides that.
Well, it's been announced now, so it's it's been announced. Your boy is officially a castmate of The Heights season 2. So you're gonna get to see. It's gonna be a really glam summer. Is all I'm saying. It's gonna be a very Geo Glam summer.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be doing the Circle NYC season 6. I'll be
Mm-hmm.
doing The Heights season 2. So it's gonna be a busy glam summer. I'm looking forward to it. I'm blessed. I was completely taken aback because the two weren't working in tandem. And so one reached out to me privately while I was already cast for the other. And it just so happens that I was able to finish one, roll right into the other, and then do some other things. But it's allotted me so many blessings, both of them alike. And I'm grateful, and it's always full gratitude here.
Well, I'm sure everybody know what it's about. Let everybody know what it's about, so that way they be wondering
So
like,
the
what?
Heights, it's different, y'all. It gives a more posh side of New York. Again, we're working with a lot of creatives. We're working with a lot of queer individuals who are, in this case particularly, they're a bit more grounded in their career fields. So again, you have people who are assimilated in music and party promotion, in just all weird facet, real estate and the modeling industry. So like there's so many like thicker layers. I think that with NYC we're really music driven. And on the other side for the Heights, music is a diaspora, but it's not a major heavy anchor for the show dynamic. And so again, we work with community groups, more so networking amongst ourselves. But of course, it has that hint, that flavor, that spice, that kick, that chef kiss of drama, and it goes there. Yeah, it goes there. I'm excited for it. We just wrapped up some things for them not long ago, but that one tends to carry over a bit more real in real life. So yeah, NYC it carries, but it's like I think we all know the assignment. With the Heights, I think we know the assignment, but I think we have personal attachments, and that's what sometimes can't be broken really well. So, but yeah, I love them both. Both my casts are dope. Catch both shows, watch it, come see me. I would love to have your guys' opinion in the comments. But yeah, it's a good time.
Do we know when? Okay, so you said it's out right now, right? Season 2, or is it about to come out?
No, season 2 is not out. I think they're still in the editing phase. Like I said, we just recently wrapped up some things. I think the only thing that we have left to do though is a reunion.
Gotcha.
Actually, I think I got a reunion. Well, I have a reunion for the Circle NYC and for the Heights, but yeah, two different situations.
Okay. Now, since we know you've done, we know you're doing both of those projects right there. What does Geo Glam have else coming up besides those two projects? Because we know you have a lot of stuff. We know you're a very booked person. But anything else?
Yeah. I pride myself on trying to stay booked and blessed, honey. Amen. Well, if you are in NYC this weekend, tomorrow, the 11th, Geo Glam Productions is kicking into gear, and I'm putting together my first ever male review show. I am super, super excited. A lot of people ask me what a male review show is. It's not necessarily strippers or go-go boys. For those of you who don't know, I do competitive pageantry. I am a title holder. I've competed nationally, internationally, and a lot of times the boys want a platform to perform. It's a lot easier for drag queens to step into the forefront and get a club gig or a spot, but male leads don't necessarily get that same appreciation and that same love. So I have been breaking my back to put together a cast of four. It's not only featuring myself, but Norley Richards, Neil Hall Dickerson, and Landon B. Dickerson. And we have a special guest, Lariah Lee from the House of Comme des Garçons is going to be coming to perform tomorrow night. The showtime is at 9 o'clock, and tickets, I believe, at the door are like $20 for cover. But we have a full bar, we have a full show lined up planned for you guys, and I'm just super excited because this is a part of the industry that I've never particularly saw myself stepping into, and I see why. But I'm super duper excited, and I'm elated. Like, it's a whole new layer, and that's the whole purpose of being on shows and platforms like this, is you want to show like growth throughout, from when you started. When I started, I was just doing hair. And here I am, I'm putting together an entire performance at the Copacabana, the legendary Copacabana, yo. Like, God works in mysterious ways. It's crazy.
Now, a lot of people that say you do hair, what type of hair do you do? Do you do any type of hair? What type of hair do you do?
So this is the carry. This is the carry, Kenneth, because there was a 5-question interview that was done, and in the questions it said who is the least talented on the cast. That's all I'll give you. But my name came up as one of the least talented in the cast, which I find to be so crazy because I do hair. My specialty, I'm an awarded hair replacement specialist. So for the #1 hair replacement company in the world, how about that? But I'm not talented. I am the talent. So hair replacement is my specialty. I did that for about 5 years. It's becoming more of a forefront thing now, though. That's like your man weaves and your units and your things for the fellas. That's what I was doing for many, many years, and I wanted to get on social media about it and couldn't because you sign documents. But I also specialize with natural hair. I just actually finished, last week Thursday, we did a campaign with Dove, and they did a crown campaign for women of color in the workplace. It was wonderful, led by lead hairstylist Andrea Craft. So, I mean, I'm doing my ones and twos. So that's just a portion of my resume.
Okay. Shout out to my sister, Styled by Stevie_Daytime. She has her own platform. That's the one I told you about privately.
Yeah.
So shout out to her.
Shout out. Hey, honey.
And you guys subscribe to her YouTube channel also.
Okay, yeah, definitely. We got to do that.
Well, you and everybody else, not just you, but
everybody else. Okay, that part. Everybody. We all got to help each other.
Else. But shout out to everybody in the comments. I see you all showing mad love to Geo. It's like, wow.
Yes, thank you guys for the comments. I love y'all.
Well, we both love you guys. Now, what else can we get into? Because, we've gone to a lot so quickly. I just realized, like, oh my gosh.
I low-key feel like I'm talking too much, so if I am, just tell me.
No, you're not. No, you're doing great. You're doing great. Don't worry. Now,
hi, Derek.
Since we went to, like the beginning of of Geo Glam.
Okay.
we've gone through what you're going through right now. Where does Geo Glam see himself in the future?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know what? I don't know that I see myself in New York anymore. I think when I came to New York, I had a 3 to 5 year plan. I knocked out a lot of those pens on my to-do list.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of want to be somewhere warmer. I'm from Michigan, so we got all 4 seasons. I'm like, I would love to have just one season, like for a whole year once in my life. That'd be great. But as I mature and I get older, I think for a very long time, since like the age of like 8, I was like, I don't want a wife, I don't want kids, I don't want responsibilities like that. And as I get a little older, I'm thinking like, maybe if I found the right person on the right day with the right temperature, I might be able to have a houseplant. And that makes me happy to know that I've grown. So I don't know, maybe dating, maybe settling down a little bit more. I think the show portrays me often as a really big flirt. And I am, don't get me wrong, I definitely flirt and I definitely love people and cool vibes. But when it comes to dating, it's always a tender subject because I have been scarred in the past. That trauma has been dealt with. But I think I'm always, I don't want to say comparing, but I already know what my worth is. So if I'm in a situation and I don't feel like I'm getting what it is that I deserve, I tap out.
Okay.
So I think that if I found a person where I'm like, okay, this is easy like Sunday morning,
Okay.
then I think I could be open to something.
Well, everybody, are you seeing somebody? So we might as well get that out. Get that off the question.
I am single adjacent. Okay. There is a person that I have my eye on, and they know it. Yeah.
You don't have to say who it is, but we just.
Oh, I was going to.
Okay.
Nobody would know him anyway. So that's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, no, I'm saying you could just say you have your eye on somebody. We just gonna say that right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now since we got to all those questions, we're gonna go to some because we got you off the hot seat questions. The hot seat questions that we put you on.
Okay.
Well, I could ask another question. Before I do that, let's get you out the hot seat questions. Now, out of the Circle NYC, who did you find the most attractive?
What season?
What season?
We're going to season 5?
And why? No, just saying why.
Out of the whole franchise.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like for your franchise where you were on there.
Oh, well, if I'm So I know that season 5 was very heavy on me showing love to Shiori. Shout out to Shiori. But and y'all saw it. I definitely think King Klee was just King Klee, Angel is so handsome. So is Chance. But you know what? That is a trick question. Because honestly, that season 5 cast is a beautiful cast. Hands down. It's a beautiful cast. Like each one of the guys are great. Who I feel like I would probably like maybe Kai with on the cast, definitely King Klee.
Okay.
Maybe Angel. On this season 6, y'all gotta watch the show. It premieres on May 30th.
Off camera, who I want to know who it is. But anyway, we're gonna get into other questions on that. Since we got you out, we're gonna get you out the hot seat questions. We're gonna get you in the comfortable questions now.
All right.
They place with me, so you don't have to worry about something bad coming back on you. Now, since we know who Geo Glam is, who does Geo Glam listen to? Who is his top 5 people that he listens to currently, or just listens to period, music wise?
Ooh, right now, if I play my Spotify, it is Little Nas X.
It doesn't have to be who's out right now. It could just be period.
Oh no, yeah. So I got Little Nas X be jamming to right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving Little Nas X, it's giving Chloe Bailey, it's giving Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
shout out to V on her release of Renaissance Store. It's giving Dua Lipa
Mm-hmm.
and a fourth person, probably Doja Cat. If it's not a podcast, it'll be like Doja Cat. Yeah,
Okay.
that's my five.
Okay. Now, what is Geo Glam's favorite food?
I didn't say favorite. That's just who's playing right now.
No, just say favorite food. Period. What is
Favorite food?
Geo Glam food like food wise? We
Oh,
got eat.
baby, tacos is my food. Tacos. Tacos.
Right.
Ever since I was little, like I thought Taco Bell was Mexican food, and I literally every birthday for like 30 years, no shade, literally I've had Taco Bell, and that's just literally like. And I live in Washington Heights, which is basically like Dominican Republic. So like I could cross the street and it's nothing. Like I'm in heaven. Tacos is my favorite food group, like literally.
Okay, what about favorite movies?
Ooh. That is hard. I have two that are like a solid tie.
Okay.
It would be Sister Act 2 and Hook with Robin Williams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, those are great movies. I like those.
Those are my favorite movies. Like I could watch them literally all day, every day.
Okay. Alrighty. Who does Geo Glam see himself working with future wise? And it could be any type of entertainer. Who are some people you want to work with? Because it could be TV, it could be anything that you want to do. Who are the people that you want to work with that you feel like they're gonna be great with Geo Glam?
I would love. I actually got the opportunity I bumped into Johnny Wright, who's Michelle Obama's hairdresser. I would love to work with him in the future. I would also love to work. I mean, of course, he worked with Michelle Obama. I would love to work with Michelle Obama. I would love to work with maybe Jennifer Hudson. Oh snaps! I would love. Jesus, that's a trick question. I would love to. What's his Dylan Burntide, the boy from Pose. I would love to work with him. Yeah. I would love to work with Haley Bailey. Chloe, she's
I
a
love
little.
Hallie. Give me Hallie, y'all.
Hallie.
No, because
I said Haley.
Hallie.
I would love to work with Hallie. Yeah, that's just a few that I think would be really dope people to work with.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it would depend on the circumstance too. I think the circumstance can always make the difference.
Where you guys, this just me just creating questions for. So this is not no written questions that I wrote down. This is questions I want to ask them. I know he and I have talked.
Yeah.
We've talked on the phone and everything. So this is just me giving you guys just how I feel. So I know you guys are wondering oh wow. So if you do now, let's say for instance, if you do acting in the movies, where do you see yourself in genre wise? Do you see yourself maybe what genre do you really see yourself? I should say that.
Ooh. Growing up, I did a lot of. Well, growing up, I got stuck a lot of times in stereotypical characters. So it was giving very the nerd, very Urkel kind of vibes. As I've gotten older and I've seen media expand wider than what I've been brought up to see. There's a show called For the Boys where they follow this trio of gay best friends in the Black culture. They're all beautiful. I would want, and it kind of gives a rom-commy drama. So I would love to do a dramatic something. I think drama, romance is always fun. I would love to also do action. Who wouldn't want to be a superhero strapped up for 10 minutes? I think that'd be dope too. But I think drama would probably, that's where I really excel. When I did theater back home, that was my, let me have my Viola Davis moment and I'm in. Yeah.
Now, actress-wise, who are your favorites?
Viola Davis definitely is a front runner. See, that's so crazy because there's certain people that I'm just like fans of. Like, I feel like they could. Robin Williams to me will forever never be able to do any wrong. But I love Whoopi. I think I'm a big Kyla Pratt fan. I love Kyla Pratt. I love her
I love
journey.
her as Penny Proud. Was she Penny
But
Proud?
I mean, even when she was Penny Proud and she was doing one-on-one, even before that, when she would do her like little bits, and I love Taj Mowry. Oh my God, and Tia Tamara Mowry, like they're beautiful. Like that whole family is gifted. I love the Wayans brothers family. They're gifted.
Tia, they see this. We know we love you.
Oh my God, I met Tia Mowry once.
How's she?
Breathtaking. So, okay, really quick, I have a story now.
Go
So
ahead.
I had a client, this was before Apple Watches. So I had a client who worked for Microsoft. And so he had the Microsoft prototype watch, which was like, he thought it was so super cool. I thought he looked like a Power Ranger. But he was like, hey, have you ever been to a basketball game? And this is when I lived in Michigan. I'm like, no, I've never been to a basketball game before. He said, who's your favorite team? And I said, oh, I like Blake Griffin. He plays for the Clippers. Shout out to Blake Griffin. You are fucking gorgeous. So I decide, hey, yeah, Blake Griffin. So he says, give me 1 second. Beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, what the fuck is this man doing? Lo and behold, he gets tickets. He comes and picks me up, him and his son-in-law, and we get in the car. We drive to the Palace of Auburn Hills, walk up to the counter. We say, hey, tickets for Jerry. A person in like a black suit walks up to us. Okay, is this how basketball games go? I don't know. I'm here. So they take us down like the stadium, and we just go down, 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 down. I end up third row center court on the floor. Next thing I know, I look over and I see this massive puffer coat, right? And I'm like, this girl has like this beautiful like box braids, and she's holding on to this beautiful man. It was Tia and Corey. So they sat underneath the rim, underneath the basket, and they sat front row. This had to be like Thanksgiving. And I was just like, oh my God, that's Tia Mowry. And my client was like, this is how you do it. He calls the waitress over and orders them a drink. And so when he orders them a drink, she looks up like, who? Oh my God, where? And here I am sitting here. At the time, I swear to God, I had tennis green hair. Like my hair was tennis ball green.
Okay.
And something out of shit. I'm like, hey. And she waves at me. So when halftime kicks in, we walked around, and at that point, she couldn't deny me a picture because I had already ordered her a drink. So that's how I met her. And Corey is in the picture. They were really, really nice. Some little white kid photobombed it, but it was all good. I was still happy. I was happy. She looked beautiful, like stupid gorgeous. But actually, my sister, Andrita, is one of her hairstylists. Yeah.
Wow. Because, I'm a huge sister fan.
Love Sister.
And
literally, when they got on Netflix, I was done.
And Instant Mom, and especially the game. The game, I love her as Melanie Barnett Davis. That's how you know I'm a big fan right there.
You're a big fan, yeah. And the two of them looked amazing with their daughters on the red carpet for Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid here. For those of you who wonder, we're talking about Little Mermaid. That was a huge thing. If you look at it on social media now, it's huge.
Yeah, they're definitely. Little Mermaid is doing her thing, honey. I'm all for it. I can't wait to go see it.
Halle Bailey, we love you.
We do.
You want to come on the show? Get your boy out.
Jazz. Yeah, have me back that day.
Interesting, because the funny thing, for the record, you guys, Mr. Geo Glam and I, we've been friends since he first got on the Circle NYC, the first season. And we've been cool immediately because I liked him immediately. We're hating on him. And I'm
right, while they was hating on me.
He come on my show, we could clear things up for you guys. So I know a lot of you guys probably hating on him. But I know probably this interview, probably like, oh, I like him. He cool as hell. Of course he cool as hell because it's just how he really is.
Yeah, I try to be. I'm really, really laid back. I am energetic. I am a lot of energy and a lot, especially if we're going out for a good night. Oh, I'm off the Richter scale. But other than that, like when I'm trying to be focused on like getting the next thing done, it's like you gotta give yourself a balance. So, and I can't, and I'm a Cancer too. So the most love sign of them all. You're welcome. You're welcome. So it's like people think I'm emotional. Nah, I'm just like overly passionate all the time.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to you for giving me a birthday love when it was my birthday. He was
Of
one of the
course, yeah.
gave me birthday love. And it's because we've been friends for a bit. He's been one of the nicest people. That's why I had to have Geo on this show. Because I'm like, I know a lot of you guys probably saying, how'd you get Geo Glam to be on your show? I just asked him straight up. He just said, yeah. I'm going to be real with you guys. I know I'm kind of telling too much of our personal stuff.
No, go ahead.
But he said, yeah. He said, yes, of course. He was like, me? Out of all people? Me?
I'm humble and I'm grateful. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You guys, I know we're kind of putting too much on y'all, but I want him to come on here because I feel like he has a story to tell. Just like other people I've done, like I've interviewed Dawn Robinson, formerly singer of En Vogue. You know, I've interviewed Shanice. A lot of you guys know Shanice, who's saying "I Love Your Smile," and other people. I figured let's let him tell his story, and hopefully, I know I've been in and out during the interview, but I appreciate any one of you guys who are watching this because at the same time you watch this on IG, but this is gonna be on YouTube in a bit when you guys after you guys do this. So see what the YouTube audience think after a while.
Yeah. Okay. Dope.
Yeah. If I have any questions for the Geo Glam.
Say that again.
Question. You know, we're gonna see if the audience have any. Well, anybody in the comments have any questions. If they don't, we're gonna close it off after that. But we're gonna give them a few minutes.
I pretty much think I gave them everything, so I think he'll be good.
Everything, but we just gonna see if anybody have any questions. You know, feel free to ask them. Be respectful to him, because you know at the same time, if you want somebody to give you respect, you give them. You want respect, you have to give respect back to the person. So let's make sure.
Well, I got a question.
What's your question?
Are you prepared for Mother's Day?
Yes, I am.
I need to get there. I love you, mommy. But I'm like, oh snap. Mother's Day is like in a matter of days.
My mom has got her Mother's Day. You know, I got her a Mother's Day gift already, so she's seen it already. I gave it to her already early. But I have some stuff that I'm trying to see if I can get for her. Mm-hmm. But the main stuff she didn't expect me to get her for Mother's Day. I got it for her. That's why she's happy.
And moms always have that expected gift, like, you know what I really like. Don't play with me. Exactly. At least that's my mom.
Because I know she's gonna see this interview in a bit. You know, when she gets off from work, she's gonna see this interview.
Yeah, no. My mom wants a Telfar bag right now. So
and I got my grandmother her, you know, my mom and I got her air fryer for Mother's Day. She wanted an updated version, so we got her an updated version.
But you cannot go wrong with air fryer.
Yeah, she gonna know about it anyway, because she already know that we gonna get her that. So if anybody, I know I got some family members that can't hold wind, so I'm sure they're gonna probably know about that.
Yeah.
But since like you have no questions, actually,
I said everything.
You have any questions you want to ask me or anything? Have any questions about?
Let's see. What do you have coming up?
Besides this interview with you, I have somebody going to be coming to the show.
Okay.
He has a thing called When We Speak TV, remain sane. So, but you'll see him next Thursday on the 15th. And then it's just booking people. It's some other people I can't talk about fully. I can tell you off camera. I can tell you off camera. Keep it a surprise for the audience. But there's some other interesting, good people that I have coming up. Mm-hmm. There's some people who are mainstream and who are not, who are underground.
Mm-hmm. I get you.
When we get off this live, I'll call you and we'll talk about it.
That part.
So let everybody know where they can follow you at on social media.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can always find me here on Instagram. My personal account is the Geo Glam. My private, which is more so a business page, that is just Geo Glam. You can find me on Facebook at Geo Glam. You can find me on Twitter at Glam Geo, where I keep it cute and professional. But yeah, thank you so much, Kenneth, for having me on. This has been
You're
amazing, y'all.
welcome.
Thank you.
I told you I was gonna make this worth your while.
And you have. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Well, that's about it, you guys. We're gonna get off this live right here. You will see this on Instagram, and you will see this momentarily on YouTube. But Geo, we love you guys. We support you guys. Follow both of us. Follow me at KTookes85, what you guys see on here. Follow the Geo Glam. You try to because he has his own YouTube channel also. Follow my channel.
I'll be dabbling, not really.
Trying to be modest and everything, but he has his stuff. And like he said, check out his gig. Remind people about your gig you have going on tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow at Copacabana, which is at 625 51st Street, West 51st Street. Showtime is at 9 o'clock, featuring myself, Geo Glam, Noah Lee Richards, Neil Hall Richards, and Landon B. Dickerson with special guest Lariah Lee. Also, you can catch The Circle NYC Season 6. Our premiere event is going to be at Harlem. In Harlem, it's going to be at Lambda Lounge, and it's going to be on the 29th of May with our kickoff premiere coming to you officially on May 30th.
No, that's all about it. So
that's about it.
Exactly. Boy Kenneth right here, and your boy Geo Glam right here on the bottom. So we out, y'all. So bye.
Bye.
We love y'all.